Today we're on the wharf in Wellington. We have a master artist in Mr. G painting a wonderful portrait of my mum, June Jackson. Mum followed the ancestors who came down from Taranaki a century before and met Dad out in the Hutt Valley, and they moved into the city. It was at a time when Taranaki didn't have a huge presence in Wellington City itself. Māoritanga and culture was starting to become more visible, and mainstream New Zealand realised that there was a place that the Māori aspect of culture of New Zealand was actually the defining part of New Zealand. And Dad, who was a kaumātua from Te Arawa, but also who grew up and has whakapapa links to Taranaki, stood as a mouthpiece not only for Te Arawa but for Taranaki, and Mum stood beside him, saying they were a partnership. If there was any need for a kaikaranga and kaikōrero, they were contacted, and so they represented a number of organisations. If there were dignitaries that came to town, they would be the two that would represent the iwi. And they had an outlook whereby they wanted to be the bridge between cultures and help tauiwi, Pākehā, non-Māori, to understand Māoridom better. This showed itself in the way that they interacted with Wellingtonians. Mum was a hard worker. She had high expectations. She had had a really tough upbringing, coming from a broken family, and so she was very lucky to have met Dad, and Dad came from a tough background too, so the two of them made sure that they created a stable, loving environment for us, the children. Oh, it's certainly an honour. I mean, to have someone with the God-given talents as Graham Kiriama, Mr. G, paint a portrait is an incredible honour. We were talking about it yesterday, and my niece laughed because she wasn't quite sure if Mum would like this exposure, but I actually think she wouldn't have minded. Now that she's gone, had she been around, she might have been a wee bit more shy. Yeah, it's incredible that the work that Mum and Dad did could be honoured in such a wonderful way. Yeah, we feel immensely privileged and proud.